I'm starting to think that the day Call of Duty becomes fun again is the day that hell freezes over. Husky gang, gang, gang. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I think we all might be in for a rude awakening. Don't know for sure yet, but we might be. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the things that I think you should potentially know, be hyper aware of, or do before the launch of Black Ops 7. Who's this video for? Well, if you're considering buying the game and you haven't yet, or if you've already bought the game pre-purchased, then this video is for you. Most important thing to note off rip, you should already be able to download the game, and the game comes out Friday, November 14th at midnight local time. That's what it says online. Don't know what that means. It's kind of vague. I don't know if that's just for my region, but that's what it says online, local time. Now, for those of you who haven't bought the game yet, should you buy this game?
No. Okay, action. If you trying to get it, ain't no living in the past.
So I'm not trying to rage bait when I do this. I'm like 30. I don't have time for that. Like, it's not that serious. However, I can't claim to keep it real on my channel and tell you guys that you should buy this game if you haven't already. You should. After the last 6 years of this game, after everything they've done, all the manipulation, all the money grabbing schemes they've done, the tactics, hell no, you shouldn't buy this game. Hell no, I would not recommend you buy this game. Whether you should or shouldn't, that's actually for you to determine, but I would not recommend it at all. They have to do a lot more work and build back a lot more trust for me to safely recommend to anybody viewing my videos to buy their game. That's just it. That's facts. Hell no. Hell no. Like, seriously, if your memory is short, just open up Black Ops 6 and play it for a little bit. If you're one of the people who are dumb enough to still have it installed, I'm one of them. I played it yesterday. Just go ahead and play it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You might have an aneurysm in the process, or you might finish the day with some lesions. Go ahead, just experience it again so that you understand why I would not recommend anybody buy any Call of Duty game right now until they've proven themselves again. Just play it. 5 minutes. Guarantee you might pop a blood vessel in your eye. Seriously. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I know some of y'all are still gonna buy the game. Let me ask you, did you buy the game? On the topic of booting up the game, here's something to know. If you have the mental capacity to do it, I would open up Black Ops 6 and work on your aim and your movement before the upcoming launch on November 14th. That's a healthy tip. Over the past few months, they've made a series of positive changes for the player base. I find myself doing that in air quotes. Yo, okay, no bias. The air quotes gives such a bias, but I just can't help but feel a little bit of skepticism when it comes to anything that these guys are doing based on everything they've done for the last 7 years. Honestly, with everything that these guys have done, I'm starting to think that the day Call of Duty becomes fun again is the day that hell freezes over. Damn it. The game is pretty good. The game is pretty good. Damn it. The Black Ops 7 beta was actually the most fun I've had playing Call of Duty, a Call of Duty game, since Black Ops 4. That's how many games ago? That's 8 minus 6 minus... It's 3 Black Opses ago. I can't help but feel like I've committed a crime by saying that I had fun playing this game, though. I seriously can't. Like, there's just so much hate in the atmosphere for Activision. Now, we all know the beta usually is just the game. It's like a glorified playtest. So if that's the case, you know, the only thing that really changes from the beta to the actual game is the skill-based matchmaking in past years, where the beta has like less of it, and then when the game launches, it's like you can't even play it. Now they're saying they got rid of the skill-based matchmaking. So if that's the case, then I might be able to actually safely say, and check both ways before crossing this road, I might actually be able to safely say that this game is pretty good and fun. How good? Well, that's to be determined. Because do we even know, I think I said this in another video that I did before, but do we even know what a good Call of Duty looks like anymore? I don't think so. I don't think we actually know what a good Call of Duty looks like anymore. We gotta take at least a few months to determine how good this game is. If you didn't play the beta, this game is a very smooth, refined feeling version of Black Ops 6, its predecessor, and it has a couple new features. Now, with new features comes new data. So here's another tip. Update your drivers if you're on PC. Update your consoles if you're on console. Clean the dust out of your device. I'm serious. Clean the dust out of your device. Like, I'm serious. I could not be more serious. Actually, matter of fact, why don't you brush your teeth and wash your hands too? And for whatever higher power you believe in, if you believe in God or any other higher power, if you believe in a creator, fix your settings before you play your first game. Don't just jump in and start playing and then be mad because nothing's working the way you want it to. Boot it up. Trust me, you're not missing much within the first 10 minutes of launch. Like, I get that there's this fear of missing out that everybody has. Even if you didn't buy the game, even if you don't plan on buying the game, I want you to know you're not missing out on anything. It's a game. It's just a game. You're not missing out on it. So if you are going to buy this game, or if you have bought this game, fix your settings before you play. In my past experience, there's nothing worse than, you know, getting a taste of how good the game is, and then you're like, oh, but I gotta go fix this, I gotta go fix that, I gotta go fix this. That's just, it's annoying. It sucks. So hopefully that's a helpful tip. Now, talk about the camel grind. I'm trying not to talk about everything that's already been talked about. I'm sure you've seen many videos already, and if you haven't, well, go check them out. I'm not going to talk about all the redundancies. The camel grind will be easier based on everything that's been said and what the requirements are to unlock certain camels. However, it's still called a camel grind. So just remember that. The word grind means that it's going to take some time. You got to grind away at it. Don't think that just because it's a bit easier now that you're going to demolish it and unlock all the camels in the snap of a finger. Unless you're a pro player, unless this is your job, unless you are a content creator for this game and you make money off of this, you will not probably have enough time to complete it as fast as you might be hoping to. So just be patient with it and start with the hardest weapons. I would start with the melee, then I would go to the rocket launchers, then I would go to the snipers, then I would go to the pistols, and then I would go to your marksman rifle, LMG, SMG, assault rifle. I might be missing a section in there, but you catch my drift. The faster the fire rate, the later you should grind the camo. Do the hard ones first. It'll make your time easier later. We're coming on to the last few things. Again, this is just a quick video with some small tips. The game hasn't come out yet, so I can't really give you a bunch of things to know, but these are just the things that I try to tell myself mentally before launch. This game is going to be the end of a generation of COD games. So if you don't know what that means, I'm just gonna try and explain it in my own words. I hope you understand. If you don't, watch another content creator's video and that might help you understand even further. But essentially, when Call of Duty finishes this cycle, which is the last game, Black Ops 7, they're going to do whatever to their servers and upgrade them so that the older generation consoles won't be able to play. What that means though is nothing is going to carry over. Why am I telling you this? And you've probably already heard it, and if you haven't, well, now you have. I'm telling you this because you should be very conscious about how much money you spend, what you spend it on, and why you're spending it. If you got money to blow, sure, but for the majority of people playing this game, most of them are working people who just come home to relax. Don't spend hundreds of dollars. I know Call of Duty probably don't want me to say that, but I don't work for them. I'm trying to be real with you. Don't spend hundreds of dollars in the shop. Honestly, it might not even be worth it to get the Vault Edition of the game. I mean, it could be, but it could also not be. I think it really depends on you. But overall, just know that anything you get this year is not going to carry over to the next Call of Duty. Everything is reset, and that includes for Warzone players too. So even if you're not a multiplayer player, that includes you, Warzone player. I don't even know if the XP tokens will carry over once they change the servers. Food for thought. When the game launches, after you fix your settings, before you play a game, you might also want to consider just feeling the difference between this one and the last one, because they're not exactly the same. Like I said, this feels more refined, smoother in my opinion. However, there is still an adjustment period that you might need, whether it's 30 seconds or 5 minutes. Go into the firing range, create a dummy match, and just figure out how you play the game. Figure it out, because that'll help you when you go into an actual open lobby to play against other players. Another thing you should be doing, I think I already said it earlier, get your aim up. So doing that this week with Black Ops 6, that's gonna help, but also in Black Ops 7, getting a feel for the game. That's what I mean. Get your aim up. Go into the fire range, something, so that you can figure out how the aiming works and feels. There's going to be less aim assist in Black Ops 7. That is one thing that they talked about, especially if you're a controller player. There will be less aim assist, and that could be drastic depending on how things affect you as a player, a person, whatever it is. practice before you play, so you don't go in there and your first experience is garbage off rip. At the end of the day, if you've purchased the game, you're looking to be entertained, you're looking to have fun, so you don't really want to start it off bad. Get rid of all the negatives you have going into this, including me. I know I put some biases in the video, but it's more jokes than anything, because at the end of the day, I've always been a Call of Duty fan. I probably always will be, but I'm also someone who's truthful. So when they mess up, I'm gonna put it out there and let everybody know they've messed up, and that, you know, whatever's the right thing. I'm going into this with a fresh mindset, but I'm also going into it knowing that there's certain things that have changed. The wall bouncing or the wall jumping, whatever they call it, that might be something you need to get used to, but if you don't like it, you can also turn it off. I think there was only one map in the beta that had one side of it was dependent on wall jumping, which kind of sucks for those who don't want to use it. But overall, the game is pretty playable without having wall jumping on. Actually, in future videos, I might talk about when wall jumping is actually useful, because it doesn't actually need to be used that much. Omni movement is still there, and you know, they've slowed down some of the sliding, so that's good. It's going to be a little less chaotic, again, smoother in my opinion, because you know, Black Ops 6 is a hot mess. Like, people just butt sliding everywhere. It's annoying. And another tip that I would give you, this might even be the last one, and it leads into why I think things will be a rude awakening for people. Slow down. Just because there's no skill-based matchmaking doesn't mean you can now come up in the game and take over like you're some sort of god. You maybe, but you also may not be. You could be him, but you could also not be him. That's the rude awakening. That's the rude awakening that we might be in for. Some of us who think we're really good might not actually be that good. And because there's been so much manipulation with the skill-based matchmaking before, you could be good at the game, but you might not be. You might actually be garbage. And it doesn't mean, I shouldn't be so harsh about it. You might not be as good at the game as you think. It's gonna be hard to find out, and if you're one of those people who aren't as good as they think, it's going to be a hard thing to realize. The good thing about there being no skill-based matchmaking means Call of Duty has become like what it was in the past, where if you're not so good at the game, you can actually practice and play and get better, instead of practicing, playing, and being matched up in the same skill bracket over and over again. There's no room for improvement if you're stuck in that. So it's actually really good that they've gotten rid of this skill-based matchmaking, and it leaves room to improve and get better. It also gives people motivation to want to get better, because they know that the next match they could see a god tier player, but they could also see somebody who's doo-doo and wipe the floor with them. So that's the rude awakening I think that we might be in for. I don't even know how good I am at this game. I've been gaslit so much by Activision. I actually have no idea if I'm actually good at the game, and now it's time to find out. So slow down. Don't go in there thinking, oh, no skill-based matchmaking, so now I'm gonna tear everything up. You might not. You might actually get stomped, and then you'll get cheesed. You'll get mad. You'll rage quit. You don't want to do that. Slow down. Stop trying to sweat. Let the game come to you. It's a lot like when I was an athlete. Be measured in how you approach things, so that you can understand how to get to the end and get the winning result. So slow down, be smart with your movements. Don't think that just because there's no skill-based matchmaking now that you can just run into open spaces and not die. No skill-based matchmaking doesn't mean that you're invincible. Anyways, I hope some of these tips were helpful. Anyways, if you enjoyed that, I said anyways like, what did I say? Anyways, like 7 times. Yo, if you enjoyed the video, if you thought the information was useful, then definitely hit that subscribe button. I crossed 50 a couple months ago, which was great. Thank you for everybody who is subscribed. Blessings to you. And don't forget to keep it thugging. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Fresh fit fitted on my hot end, whole team all up in the field like a tight end.
Okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't feel my fingers, bro.
Fresh fit fitted on my hot end, whole team all up in the field like a tight end. This is for my ladies in my right hand, working all day, then we pose for the nice lens. Seat up, tell them pull a beat up. Turn the cold summer to a